Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Eternal Shiva Wisdom. Have you ever wondered why some people pull themselves together even after breaking down, while others give up even at a small delay? The difference is only of two things: understanding time and mastering patience. In today's video, we will understand this deep mystery. So come. To hear things related to the spiritual practice of life in a calm voice, subscribe to the channel Eternal Shiva Wisdom right now, so that when the next Wisdom Journey video comes, it can reach you directly. Time. This is a word that we hear every day, we feel, but perhaps never really understand. It is not visible, but everything happens within it. Time is the most silent teacher of our life, who teaches everything without saying a word. Sometimes it brings us victory, then sometimes it makes us taste defeat. Sometimes it gives wounds, then sometimes it applies balm on those same wounds. The only difference is, the person who learns to walk with time starts to understand life, and the one who fights with time loses to himself. There is a wonderful thing about time. It does not stop for anyone. It neither obeys the orders of a king, nor the prayer of any saint. It just keeps moving by its rule, like the cycle of the universe, tireless, firm, and just. When everything is going well in life, then we feel that time is ours. But as soon as difficulties come, we start blaming that same time. But the truth is that time is never bad. It just shows us the result of our actions. God made time so that every soul can complete the journey of its karma. What is giving pain today, that same will become strength tomorrow. What is looking like an obstacle today, that same will make the way tomorrow. Because time never snatches anything, it just keeps things safe until the right moment. Think, when a seed is sown in the earth, does it give fruit immediately? No. It needs time, needs patience, and needs faith. Then one day that same seed becomes a tree and gives shade. Life is also like that. Every difficult moment, every delay, every obstacle is just the roots of that tree which are making you strong. To be with time means to accept every moment with its destiny, because when you accept time, then you also accept the direction of your life, and then life becomes a flow, not a protest. The person who goes against time wastes his energy, but the one who flows with time understands the secrets of life. Because time is not an enemy, it is just a medium through which God completes his plan. Therefore, whenever life feels slow, whenever everything seems to be stopping, remember, time never stops. It is just preparing you for that next chapter, where your patience and your faith are going to be rewarded. Patience. This word is as deep as it seems simple. People think that patience means to wait, but real patience is not just waiting. It is the art of struggling in peace. It is the power that remains stable even when everything is breaking down. Patience is a spiritual practice. It is not a quality that is found suddenly, but a penance that matures with time. When a person is able to stop the speed of his desires, when he is able to calm the waves of impatience rising within him, only then does he touch true patience. Think. When a gardener sows a seed, he does not dig the soil every day to see why the fruit has not come. He knows that something is going on inside the earth, which is not visible to his eyes. This is patience, to have faith in the invisible process. Patience teaches us that everything happens at its own time. The thing that is found quickly is often lost quickly too. But the thing that is found with patience is permanent, deep, and satisfies the soul. Patience also does not mean that we do nothing. It is not inactivity, but controlled activity. A patient person remains engaged in his actions, but remains free from the worry of the result. He knows that he will get the fruit when the time is right, and until then he just has to keep doing his work. Maharishi Patanjali has said in the Yoga Sutra, Tapa Swadhyay Ishwar Pranidhana Nikriya Yog, meaning, when we make constant efforts, do self-reflection and accept the will of God, only then the inner stability comes, that is patience. Patience makes a person strong from within. It is like that lamp which does not go out even in a storm, because its flame does not depend on the outside air, but on the oil within itself. Such a person does not waver with circumstances, because his center is within him. This is the reason why God gives the toughest tests to patient souls. Because He knows the person who can remain calm even in a storm, only he can understand the mysteries of creation. Sometimes in life it feels like we want to move far ahead, but the paths have stopped. In such moments, patience is our test. It asks, do you have faith in me? If the answer is yes, then know you are in that state where God speaks to you, not in words but in circumstances. The real meaning of patience is this: creating so much peace within yourself that you can feel the movement of time, but keep moving without coming under its pressure. Time. As small as this word is, it is equally mysterious. Someone measures it in the hands of a clock, someone in the events of their life. But time actually does not belong to any needle or calendar. It is an invisible wave which flows at a different speed for every soul. Many times we think, why not now? We want success, love, peace, all to be found right now. But there is a rule of time: it never plucks half-ripe fruits. Because a half-ripe fruit is not sweet, it only gives the illusion of being found, while it is hollow from within. When God wants to move a soul forward, first He stops it. He slows down its speed so that it can set out on the inner journey. Because the one who did not go inside can never understand the time outside. See, when clouds are ready to rain, the sky remains dark for some time. Lightning flashes, a storm comes, then it rains, and the earth becomes full of greenery. Similarly in life too. When time is about to give, then first it stops everything. You feel that everything fell apart. But actually, at that very moment, everything is being created. Time teaches that every obstacle, every delay, is part of a divine plan. What you want is not found immediately, because you have not yet become capable of handling it. The purpose of time is not to give punishment, but to prepare you. Ram had to face exile. Krishna had to spend childhood in troubles. Buddha had to leave the palace. Because even in the lives of great souls, the test of time comes. Because time itself is that teacher who matures everyone according to itself. If things are found before time, then they do not become a boon, but a burden. Therefore God makes a delay, but He does not forget. He knows when to give, how to give, and in what form to give. You just have to do this much. Have trust in the process. Have this faith that what is happening, that same is a part of your growth. Because the tree that is going to give fruit, first of all, it needs deep roots. And roots are always formed in the dark, right there where no one can see. So when life feels dark, when time seems to be stopping, do not be afraid. It is making your roots, it is making you stable, so that when flowers bloom, they are eternal, not momentary. The secret of time is this: it does not see your speed, it sees your depth. It does not ask how fast you want to reach, it sees that when you reach, will you be ready within or not. The greatest miracle of life happens when time and patience become one, because this is that moment when a person's soul and God's plan start moving in one direction. Patience keeps you calm, and time gives you direction. Both are incomplete without each other. Without patience, time is wasted, and without time, patience just remains a standstill. Think, if the sun becomes impatient and says, "I don't want to set right now, then will the night come?" Or if the moon says, "I will not rise right now, then will the tide rise?" No. Because every law of nature says this: everything will happen at its own time, and to let it happen, patience is needed. When time and patience come together, then every struggle of life starts feeling easy. Now you no longer worry about victory or defeat, because you understand that both are part of some lesson or the other. Time without patience makes a person restless. He keeps running in the future and loses the beauty of the present. At the same time, patience without time makes a person lazy. He stops and thinks, "When the time comes, I will do it." But true life is in the balance of these two, moving at the right time with a calm mind. In Mahabharata also, Shri Krishna said this to Arjuna: "Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan," because the fruit will be given by time, but to do the action, this is your duty. This is the union of patience and time. Many times people say, "I waited a lot, now I'm tired." But true patience starts right there where fatigue comes, but faith does not break. Because the root of patience is in faith, and the root of faith is in time. When you learn to live these two together, then life becomes a spiritual practice, not a struggle. This is the state where the seeker knows that every delay, every pain, every obstacle, all were preparations for some big purpose. Time and patience together awaken that inner strength within him, which is beyond words. This union is just like that of soil and water. Both are different, but when they meet, they give birth to life. Similarly, when time and patience become one, then divinity takes birth within a person. Time does not speak. It remains silent, but its every moment gives a message. The one who hears the language of that silence, only he can understand the deep meanings of life. Time is never in a hurry, nor does it stop for anyone. It just keeps flowing like a calm river. But the impatience of man drowns him in that flow. We want to catch time. We want to get ahead of it. But we forget that time cannot be won. It can only be experienced. Patience is that very art which gives the ability to hear this silence. When you are patient, time does not become your enemy. It becomes your teacher. Ram lived the 14 years of exile with patience because he knew this time is not a test for him, but a penance. On the other hand, Ravana, who was powerful, was impatient. He wanted everything now, and this impatience for now caused his end. Patience is the practice of sitting and listening with time. It is to learn that everything will happen in its sequence, neither before nor after. When a flower is ready to bloom, the earth lets it bloom. It does not force it to bloom. Similarly, every result in life also has a natural time. If you try to pull it by force, its beauty is destroyed. Patience teaches you that waiting is also a form of prayer, because when you wait, you hand over your desire to the time of God. And this is that moment from where inner peace begins. The silence of time and the practice of patience, both together, make life a temple, where every thought, every emotion burns like the flame of a prayer. Slowly, peacefully, without any hurry. Sometimes time stops you, so that you can hear what God wants to say. But if you are impatient, then you will never be able to hear that voice. Remember, patience is not just waiting, it is another name for faith. And time is not just a passing moment, it is the greatest test of God, to see whether you remain firm in faith or not. When this understanding descends into the soul, then every delay becomes a boon. Every pause becomes music, and every pain becomes a spiritual practice. Moments come in life when time tests our limits. It wants to see whether we break or become even stronger. These are the moments when the roots of patience go deep, and the soul recognizes its true potential. When everything looks against you, when the fruit of hard work is not found, when people leave your side, when even God seems silent, then understand that this is the very moment where time is taking your test. This test is not a punishment, it is a gateway to change. Time knows that man learns the most not in his comfort, but in his struggle. Therefore it sends difficulties, so that the radiance of the soul can become brighter. Patience is like that lamp which does not go out even in a storm, because it does not rely on its flame, but on its oil. That oil is of faith. There is a meaning behind every delay. Sometimes God is making a way for you, but you are not able to see it in impatience. He stops you so that He can send you in the right direction. He holds you so that you can avoid falling. But when you get stuck in the delusion of want it now, then you lose that divine plan. Think, even when Arjuna was surrounded by doubt and fear in the middle of the war, Krishna said this, Dhairyam Datsu Arjun. Keep patience, Arjuna. This is your time where you have to recognize yourself. Sometimes the war is not outside, it is inside. And time is that very battlefield where the soul has to achieve victory. When time tells you to stay, it is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is teaching you to look within. It is asking, are you living by connecting with your results or with your actions? The person who understands this difference never loses to time, because he knows that the fruit is not in his control, but action and patience are in his hands. There are two paths in every test, either to give up or to make that time a spiritual practice. The one who chooses the second path, only he can understand the mysteries of life. The one who remains stable in the test of time eventually becomes the master of that very time. Because time does not test him, it accepts him. When a person understands time and masters patience, then such a stability is born in life that never wavers due to external circumstances. This is that state where the soul aligns itself with God's time. Time then no longer remains an enemy, it becomes a partner. And patience then no longer remains just waiting, it becomes devotion. The one who understands this secret knows that every event, every delay, every pain is connected to some invisible cause. In every complication of life, God's hand is present, which is giving us direction even if we cannot see it. Patience is that bridge which takes man across time, and time is that river which washes us of our ego and makes us humble. Sometimes life takes us on those paths where we do not want to go, but right there we find that truth which our soul was searching for. This is the play of time. It takes us exactly where our growth is destined to happen. When you have patience, you learn to walk with God. You stop running because now you have faith that wherever you have to reach, time itself will take you there. This is the very moment where life becomes a spiritual practice, where every weight, every pain, every defeat teaches something like a teacher. And you understand that patience is not a weakness, but it is the proof of your total faith in God. Time teaches everything will happen when it is time to happen. And patience teaches I can wait because I have faith. When these two meet together, then the heart of man becomes calm. He no longer runs after results, he just performs his duty. And this is the pinnacle of karma yoga. The secret of life is this, that the one who lives without understanding time remains in struggle, and the one who walks with time with patience finds contentment. Because in the end, time itself teaches that everything will pass. And patience teaches that what belongs to you will definitely reach you when the time comes. So, remain calm. Wait, because God's time is always perfect. Do write this much in the comments below. In what form is patience testing you in your life right now?